Life against ByuL. And Life, of course, is representing Team ZeNEX. He's one of the few players that's remained on ZeNEX. They've had so many of their best players poached from them. But he's really, really young. He's either 15 or 16, and he's just really, really good. I've seen so much awesome stuff from him, even way back dating to some of the really early Korean weeklies. Actually, looking at the overlay right now, does it say... Oh, wait. I think you still have... Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Life.
Patient,
yeah, you got first.
Be patient.
That's the delay. You see, he got first in the 6th Korean Weekly. I know he's had good representation in a lot of the other ones as well. God, I wish I could remember. There was some really big result that he got like a couple months ago that kind of put his name on the map a little bit more, but he still doesn't get the recognition he deserves. I love his playstyle. I mean, ZVZ, it's not as like distinctive, but
Sure.
ZVT, he loves just kind of staying on that ground-based style of getting double upgrades, Roach Ling Bane with Bane speed and Roach speed, lots of creep spread, and then maybe going to Muto once he has 6 gas, that kind of stuff. So I just really love his play. It should be fun to watch.
Yeah, and ByuL, I haven't heard much about him. I know Fnatic is having some sort of Korean academy, I think. This could be one of those players in that academy.
I think he joined Fnatic back in 2009, according to TLPD. But yeah, I don't know because I've never seen a game with him. So
I haven't either. There's no vowels in his name either, which is kind of weird. Actually, there's a U. I'm dumb.
Y also, kind of.
Yeah, Y in certain situations.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like B.
So I'm assuming
like
he's living in their Korean house up there, and Adabizi's saying he's an ex-Brood War player who hasn't played much. Thank you, Adabizi, in the
cool.
chat.
What a nice guy.
What a nice guy. He's so classy. I think he's going to be on tomorrow and the next day, I think.
I don't know. Maybe. They might want you on because my computer crashes and they don't want to have streaming with a computer with a freezing issue. When people have to pay for the stream.
I do have a show match that I'm doing tomorrow. I guess I'll do a shameless self plug.
Nice.
It's gonna be Destiny versus Artist, best of 7, and then Wednesday I'm doing Quantic versus it's Gosu and ESCA. So, but again, if those are done quickly, I'd love to help out. But yeah, ByuL at Adabizi, thank you for the info on that. Obviously, you haven't seen him in too many MLGs and all that stuff, but again, that's the thing about the Korean Weekly. A bunch of new faces.
Yeah, that's the point, man.
Faces. Exactly.
If we just looked at the best players or the really known players, it wouldn't be any different from any other tournament.
Yep.
The great thing is that almost every week we get to see a player who we're like, I don't know who this guy is, and then they just come in and like totally surprise us. Players like, I mean, the list goes on, but players like Puma, Leenock, Jakchi, Teja, these are all players that nobody knew who they were until they started playing in the Korean Weekly, and then finally people started seeing their amazing success. We even have more up-and-comers, players like Crank, players like Nextstream, players like Serrano. These types of players get a lot of exposure here, so it should be fun. Let's see if ByuL is going to be one of those. I mean, if he's an ex-Brood War pro gamer, he's got some skills. So,
and we're going to see a lot. We're going to see a lot more of those ex-Brood War pro gamers in the future here.
I can't wait, man.
It's going to be pretty amazing. Or let's call dibs on Flash versus Jaedong, their first StarCraft match. All right.
Hell yeah.
We got it. We got dibs.
Hell yeah.
All right. We just
dibs
called it.
Any Flash game.
Yeah,
known. We called it, guys. Other casters, sorry.
It's all right.
Should have called it, man. We called it first. That's it.
Should have called it. All right. Well, I have some good news.
What's that?
The map for this
next
match
yes.
will be Frigid Pass. Ooh.
I'm so excited to see a game finally.
Have you ever seen a game?
Map?
Have you ever seen one on this map?
I have not.
Neither have I.
So
it's like let's talk about the map and how strategies play out. Well, I don't know.
That's what we're going to talk about. I mean, we could just talk about the general features.
Sure,
I mean, obviously, there's at least a small ramp leading up into the main. So, this isn't PvP, but in PvP, like that's something that's really important. The natural choke, not too wide. It's about, I guess, Shattered Temple size. So a little bit larger than, Cloud Kingdom, more like Core Hall Compound kind of sized, if you remember that. There's only one along a tower in the center, but that's a very, very important spot where all the pathways kind of meet and go through that spot in the center. So if you hold that, it's just absolutely crucial. Alternatively, if you don't want to have to go through the Zonaga Tower, there are destructible rocks to the north and south of it. So if you want to pass through the map and you don't want to go through that area where your opponent might see you, you have to take out those rocks first. So until those are taken out, that Zonaga Tower is just huge. And this is a map where all the attack paths are kind of disjointed. When I say that, what I mean is they don't have a lot of accessibility between themselves. So like there might be long cliffs as opposed to like just a wide open area or attack paths that are connected a lot where you can just go between different attack paths constantly. Instead, they have these long attack paths that you kind of have to commit to. So it makes it a little bit harder to flank on a map like this. It makes it a little, maybe not harder to get surrounds because it still has pretty wide open spaces. But it's something to keep in mind. It makes counterattacks that much more scary to deal with. And in ZVZ, that's a big deal.
Yeah, and I wonder if is it forced cross, or can you spawn?
I think it would have to be forced cross simply because of like the Zanaga. Maybe you could spawn close air, but
You
certainly
think
not
so?
vertical.
No, really?
Maybe not. It seems too close to be
it seems way
viable.
too close.
But at the very least, we know for certain there's no way you'd be able to spawn close vertical. That would just be ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go into the game, and I'm going to spend the majority of this game, as I always do on newer maps, trying to find exploitations.
Nice.
And so
I wonder if that...
So I can destroy noobs on the ladder when it doesn't go on the ladder.
There's a lot of like empty space I see behind the bases. I don't know if that's landable or not. But
like behind the natural, and you're saying
behind the mains, like between them and stuff. Like I don't know if you can put units there, or if you can send reapers across that or something. I don't know if you can like, I don't know what would be the point, but I don't know if you can land stuff like in that little area in the south.
Like that low ground stuff.
It's actually not symmetrical either. Look at the north side. It's actually has like a longer attack path all the way across. I don't know if you can land over. You might not be able to.
Honestly,
I like that little fire burning there just by itself. There's like a little campfire in the north side.
Very aesthetically pleasing. I like it.
That's my favorite thing to do. I don't look for exploits because I don't like winning. I like, losing and raging about it.
I wonder what that path leads. Where do you think that path leads at the north?
It's probably over to some Warcraft 3 map or something, man.
I bet it goes to
snow terrain.
Belshire Beach Winter. That's where it goes.
There you go. There you go.
What else can we look at?
Oh, we could look at these builds. Look at this, man. 14 gas, 14 pool against a hatch first. So ByuL opens some aggression up. So against a hatch first, Life's in this situation where, nice, he does go gas instead of pool, so that'll help him out a little bit. Wait, what am I?
I think you're...
I was on ×2, wasn't I? Trying to catch up.
You're spoiling the
ruining
the
it.
game. Oh, I bet it's gonna be 14-14 versus 15. Yeah, these are replays, guys. We're not trying to, give any illusion that is live. Of course, it's most convenient for these players, not only for stream cheating, but for you want to play at the ideal time. And what time is it right now? Actually, it's a decent time right now in Korea.
For Korea, is it?
I think it's like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. I mean, define decent. That could be terrible.
That's pretty awful, especially when we start at 6. Then it's like 5 a.m. or something.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, you're right.
Yeah. So. Did my replay sync just freeze? Okay, there we go. Now it's working.
Cool.
Just gotta keep getting back. Sorry, messed that up, but
it's all good.
Now we're catching up to that spot I was at. There we go. All right, so like I was saying, gas pool against 15 hatch, but with Life going gas into pool after his hatchery, it should help him out in terms of getting his banelings up in time.
Yeah.
But will it be soon enough? I mean, it's still a hard thing to accomplish, and ByuL did leave all 3 drones on gas, so he's certainly hoping to go for the fastest banelings. We should be seeing that banelings started the second he gets 50 gas, although he might not have the minerals for it, but you really want that timing to be as quick as possible.
Yeah, and it's quite a long rush distance, too, so it's going to take a while for the lings to get across the map. Let's see which direction these players are scouting in. It looks like they scouted close position by air first, so maybe you can spawn close position by air, because they definitely scouted in that direction. And the links coming across the map here for ByuL, and Speed is about halfway done. Baneling Nest about halfway done as well. So we're going to see a lot of aggression from him, and we'll have to see how much damage he can do.
I just got word that it's all spawns, actually.
Oh, it is?
Somehow, yeah.
Huh.
No block spawns here.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm shocked. But Baneling Nest is already 3/4 of the way done. Meanwhile, Life hasn't been able to start his yet since he's not... Oh my god, he only left 1 drone on gas, actually. He's not going to be able to start that Baneling Nest for quite some time. This is going to get really dangerous. However, ByuL took a bit of a risk just running straight into the main base with these lings. He needs to get into a position where he can actually morph Banes safely, and right now he just can't do that. And he's almost gets surrounded. Nice escape though. That
would have been huge for Life. And ByuL's speed is about to kick in here pretty soon. Oh no, another surround might happen, and the lings squeeze by, but not before losing quite a few. And that's actually a really big deal at this point in the game. Every single Zergling is so important. Of course, the potential to morph into banelings is there, and then, of course, having as many lings as possible to dice away the middle lines and go after the queens. Spinecrawler is on the way here for Life. I guess the good news is this choke we talked about a little bit earlier. It's not terribly wide, so it's theoretical to be able to hold off optimally. But ByuL about to come forward with a lot of banelings and Zerglings.
Yeah, I like the double queen block, but he doesn't have that energy yet to be able to transfuse, so this could be pretty hard to hold off. Oh, we have 5 banelings over here. What is ByuL doing?
Oh, no.
Waiting. Every moment matters right now. Whoa, Bane gets picked off for just one. Zergling, you got to be so efficient with those Banes.
God.
Almost took some shots from that Spine Crawler. This is so precarious right now. But ByuL, the more time he waits, the more time he gives Life to catch up. His Baneliness is about to complete. And we should see Life immediately start to morph in some Banes. Right now he's just trying to... Go ahead, sorry.
No, well, Life is actually droning a little bit. Interestingly
really?
enough. Yeah, and ByuL still making nothing but Lings and Banes in that production tab. Life adding on another Spine Crawler. And, gosh, I think Life might be okay there. It's okay here. It's going to come down to Micro. Obviously, doesn't want to have any terrible Baneling detonations from his opponent, but ByuL's about to be very aggressive here.
Absolutely, but I don't know, man. He might have waited a little bit too long.
Oh,
Life, it's going to come down to Baneling control. Excellent explosion there for Life.
Wow.
He just calls out the GG and leaves.
That's...
I mean, we're at 20 versus to 13, and he still had 4 Banes left, though. I feel like he could have at least tried to do something with those 4 Banelings.
I mean, his opponent had a hatch up. He didn't have a hatch up.
Damn, man.
That Baneling caught him completely off guard. A lot of Zerg players sometimes... He scouted the gas, though, didn't he? No, he didn't. Because some Zerg players will completely... Oh, he had speed. Okay, so we need guesses there.
Oh, I've had speed.
But yeah, some Zerg players just won't gas, and they'll just rely on Spine Crawlers and Queens and slowly.
Right. I think he just hesitated too much that game, though, man.
Yeah. He did. You're absolutely right.
He waited with his Lings. He waited then once he got Banelings. Then once he had Banelings and Lings, he was still waiting. And that's one of those builds that the reason why you don't see builds like that as prevalent on like NA ladder as much as you do in Korea is that the timings are so razor thin. Like you need to be attacking immediately. Every single time it comes down to the seconds. So waiting and hesitating like that just allowed Life to get up time to build up Banelings of his own, and from there he's able to defend and have the superior economy. Yeah,
and it's a pretty I talked about it earlier. It's like a pretty large rust distance too. So you know, you kind of have to take that into consideration when you're doing your build. Obviously, Lings are one of the most mobile units in the game, so it might not have a terribly big impact, but it does take time for those Lings to get across the field. But well played by ByuL there, and we're going to go, or by Life I should say, and we're going to go into Game 2 pretty quickly here, guys, so don't go anywhere. Game 2 coming up between Life and ByuL in this best of 3. Life currently up 1-0, needs to win one more to advance to the next round. Don't go anywhere.